Do not listen to this meditation while you are driving or operating heavy machinery. This is not intended to treat, cure, prevent, or diagnose any medical condition and is strictly meant for personal recreational use. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Meditations by Gregory T. Obert, bringing you the best new guided meditations every other week. I'm your host, Gregory T. Obert. Thank you so much for joining me today. Just a quick note, I've been having some equipment troubles, so I'm recording this using my phone actually. So hopefully everything turns out okay. If not, I ask that you please just bear with me. And I ask that you consider joining my locals, because your support directly helps me be able to replace equipment that I've been using for really the last 8 years and is in desperate need of upgrading. So please do consider it. Head on over to locals. The link is in the description below. You can sign up for $10 a month, though that price isn't going to last long. It's actually going to go up relatively soon. I have yet to decide on what that final price point is, but it will be going up. So if you want to get in now, I suggest you head over before the price is increased. This week's meditation is more of a technique, a relaxation technique. For those that are familiar with a type of therapy, it's called dialectical behavior therapy. It was founded by Dr. Marshall Linehan. There's a technique in here called paired muscle relaxation. And the idea behind this is we want to try to pair relaxing our muscles with a cue so that it becomes easier for us to relax when we see that cue. You can kind of think about this like Pavlov and his dogs. When he rang the bell, they started to salivate, and because they paired the bell with getting food, whether or not food showed up, once the bell rang, the dog started to salivate. And in a similar way, we can teach our body to do the same thing. So I thought it would be useful to go through this with you. Now, just a few ground rules here. What I'm going to do is ask you to focus on various muscle groups in your body. What I'm going to ask you to do is tighten them as much as you can for a set amount of time. Now, when I ask you to tighten them, please tighten them only as much as you're comfortable doing. Don't tighten to the point where you're hurting yourself. But once you do that, I'm going to say release, and then you just let all of that tension go. Then I'm going to ask you to just observe the changes and the sensations that you notice after I say release. And then we're going to go through each different muscle group until we get to the end. Now, if you decide that you want to do this outside of this particular recording, you can use a different word: relax, release, chill, whatever you want to use. But for this one, I'm going to use release. So without further ado, let's begin. Now just get into your body and get it into a comfortable position. Just kind of feel yourself in your body, kind of grounded. Loosen any tight clothing, and you can lie down or sit up. Just make sure that all of your body parts are uncrossed and no one body part is supporting any others. And what I'm going to ask you to do in a moment is to tighten certain muscle groups. And as you do so, I'm going to ask you to breathe in. I will say release, and then you will release that tension as you exhale. Bring your attention to your hands and your wrists. I want you to make fists with both of your hands and pull those fists up on your wrists. Tighten those body parts as much as you can as you take a nice deep breath in and release. Just notice any changes or sensations as you release that tension. Now I want you to focus on your lower and upper arms. Make fists and bend both arms up to touch your shoulders, tightening those muscles as much as you can as you take a nice big deep breath in and release. Just noticing any changes, any sensations in your body. No need to judge them, just notice what they are. And as a reminder, make sure that you are saying release, or relax, or chill, or whatever word you decide to use in your mind as I say it, so we can pair that word with relaxation. Now focus on your shoulders. I want you to pull both of your shoulders up to your ears. Bring them up as high as you can and tighten them as much as you can as you take a nice big deep breath in and release. Just allowing all of that tension, all of that concern to melt away as you notice any changes to your shoulders. And now I want you to focus on your forehead. Pull your eyebrows close together. Wrinkle your forehead as much as you can. Just tighten those muscles as much as you can as you take a nice big deep breath in and release. Just letting that tension melt away. Noticing any changes to those parts of your body. And now I want you to focus on your face. For your eyes, shut them as tightly as you can. And for your nose and upper cheeks, scrunch up your nose and bring your upper lips and cheeks up towards your eyes. Tighten these areas as much as you can, continuing to tighten as you take a nice big deep breath in and release. Just noticing any changes to those parts of your face. And now I want you to focus on your tongue and your mouth. Bring your teeth together and have your tongue push up on the upper part of your mouth, tightening these areas as much as you can as you take a nice big deep breath in and release. Noticing any changes to that part of your body. Again, no need to judge, just noticing if anything has changed. Now I want you to focus on your neck. You can either push your head back into your chair, floor or the bed, or you can push your chin down to your chest. Whichever one you prefer, just make sure there's tension that's building and gathering in this area as you take a nice, big, deep breath in and release. Just releasing any tension in your body. Now focus on your chest and your back. For your chest, I want you to tighten any chest muscles, pecs, and for your back, I want you to arch your back, bringing your shoulder blades together. And now I want you to take a nice, big, deep breath in. I'm going to ask that you hold it just to bring more tension to your chest and release. Letting your body go loose, go limp, like a rag doll. Now I want you to focus on your stomach and your butt. Hold your stomach muscles in tightly and squeeze your butt cheeks together, just tightening both of those areas of your body as much as you can. As you take a nice, big, deep breath in and release. Just allowing these parts of your body to relax. Now I'd like you to focus on your upper legs and thighs. You can move your legs out and tense your thighs as much as you can, bringing all that tension there that you can muster. As you take a nice, big, deep breath in and release. Just letting things go loose, go limp. As you shift your attention to your calves, you can move your legs out and point your toes down to help bring tension to that area. Tighten your calves as much as possible as you take a nice, big, deep breath in and release. Just allowing your calves to relax. As we move into the final area of your body, I'd like you to focus on your ankles. Move your legs out, point your toes together, have your heels out, and curl your toes underneath, bringing as much tension to this area of your body as you can. As you take a nice, big, deep breath in and release. Now take a moment to notice all of the sensations within your body. Noticing how each of the muscles in your body feel compared to what they felt like before this exercise. When you're ready, if you've closed your eyes, you can open them, returning to the present moment. And again, that's something called paired muscle relaxation. I hope that you found it useful. I think it's a great technique. It puts a little bit of a twist on something called progressive muscle relaxation, which I know I've done with you all before, though I imagine that was many years ago at this point. Maybe I'll revisit that. Again, I hope this was helpful, and I want to thank you for your patience while I figure out whatever technology issues are at play here. If you'd like to support me, please do consider heading over to Locals, signing up. Right now it's $10 a month. You can also send a one-time donation if you're able to help out. It really does make a difference. It appears as though I'm going to need to buy a new interface, which is going to be quite hefty as far as a price tag is concerned. This is also the freebie for the month, so everyone on the podcast feed will get access to this. If you want to hear the remaining meditations for the rest of the month, head on over to Locals and you'll be able to do so. Thank you again for your continued support. If you're unable to help out financially right now, I understand. Please consider leaving a 5-star rating in whichever store you are listening to this in, a review, and share it with people who you think might benefit from it. It really does help the show grow, and I'm hoping to kind of get some traction back underneath this thing. So thank you all for your continued support. And until next time, be safe, be well, be powerful.